Thanks, Prof. Thanks, Nombuso. Yeah, I really am very thankful for these conversations that we've had, very enlightening, very educating for all of us. And we are also aware that this is a very controversial discussion, not only here in this country, but around the world. And so it makes sense that Christians ought to weigh in on what ought to be done with the storm that we are facing with regard to COVID, but also B, with how we use our best insights from our faith, from other disciplines as well, in order to to provide the necessary leadership at this time. I'd like to just say one thing in closure, and it is that we live in a time, the 21st century, where no single discipline knows everything. Not medicine, not law, not education, not religion even. All of us have been limited by God deliberately, so that we really come to terms with the fact that we are only human and not God. And I think what that does is to give meaning to what Jesus said when he said that when you are a leader, whether you are a leader in science or in politics or in law or in religion, do it with humility, like a servant. And he dramatized this by, at the end of his ministry, almost one of the last things that he did, which was an enduring legacy and witness and lesson to the church, was to ask his disciples to take off their shoes, and he took in an apron and in water and washed their feet. And he said to them, well, I am the Messiah, I'm the Lord, I'm God, actually, and I'm going to wash your feet. And that was something that Peter didn't feel able to absorb, that God would do this, would wash his feet. And he tried to bail out and said, "No, you can't do that. You are God and I'm just me." And Jesus said to him, "Peter, if I don't do this, you are not part of the team. You are not part of us. You are not kingdom. You are not part of the future." What that tells me is that Jesus had every right to say, "I know everything, you all, listen to me. I won't even ask for your opinions." But with humility, he put this example out, that I'm going to give you powers to heal the sick, raise the dead, do all of these things. But when you do it, do not throw your weight around. Listen to others, serve, do it as a servant. And so I regret often that when politicians presume to tell us where we should go, do so with almost a dictatorial approach that says they know, they have all of the insights necessary for leading in the 21st century. Similarly, economists do the same thing. Similarly, the trade union movement, and in the church also, you have all of the different tribes of the church, whether it's Pentecostals, Charismatics, Evangelical, Ecumenicals. All of them claim they know everything that is to be known. And when they lead from that place of, we know you don't. And my plea as we bring this to a close is that it would really serve the Christian witness well if we led with humility in this environment. We learned as much as we can, as Professor Maseko said, from science. We learn from the insights of faith, as Dr. Maluma said. We learn from all of the research that is done, as Ms. Rofiwa shared with us, and all of the panelists in one way or the other emphasized this matter that we've got to bring the insights, the knowledge, the gifts that God has put in different parts of the world, whether it's science or church. And from that place, learn to lead in a way that serves all of us. I think it would be a very sad day if the church presumed to pronounce on that which they know the least, which is the research, the scientific ideas that are coming up, and simply moved from absolutes to, from interpretations to absolutes without argumentation, as Dr. Neiman tells us. So with those words, colleagues, I'd like to put a full stop to it and say thank you very much for all of these insights. We will be putting together a report. Hopefully it will be more available to even those who are not in this webinar. There'll be a recording as well, so we can spread these insights far and wide. Thanks, Professor Chauke. I'll hand it back over to you.
Thank you very much, Mfundisi, and may I thank all the panelists for having given their time to come and engage in this important topic. May I also thank Nombuso for her tireless work in organizing all these engagements that we involve in the TEASA Health Commission. I also thank the Debu Gavani and all the attendees that were here this evening for having partaken in these important discussions. We realize that some questions were not answered, but we'll endeavor to make sure that all the questions are answered and distributed accordingly. With those words, without wasting any much time, may I take this time to hand over again to Sis Nombuso to close. Thanks.
I'm back. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Well, I still see Ntate Rasenga's name, but it's okay. Thank you so much for coming through and listening and sharing with us these very important matters around the COVID-19 vaccine and every other related matter to it. I would like to invite you to join the TEASA Health Commission for all these fantastic ideas that we have and to share the word with other Christian brothers and sisters. We will normally have our meetings on Fridays. Please follow us on our social media pages. We have a Twitter handle as well as a Facebook, and we hope to see you there. Thank you so much and good night.